Yo, yo! Record of the day is Evil Acid by Wink. And this is the Gridlok remix. And it is off of the venerable Dungeon Master's Guide by Dieselboy. When this album came out, when the mix came out, that is, I was really into anything that didn't have simple boom bap percussion for drum and bass. I wanted techie shit. This was where I was at. You know, I was much more of a bedroom DJ than a dance floor DJ, so I wanted shit that fascinated me. Not so much stuff that would move a crowd. Hopefully there'd be overlap, but if not, so be it. This tune was one of the tunes that kind of turned me around a little bit, and I was like, oh shit. Is really accessible. I didn't mind how simple the structure was because everything else was so good. The level of polish on some of these songs from this era is really a great time in drum and bass. It's not over polished, it still has a little bit of grit to it, but there is some really good work being done there and it wasn't being done 5 years prior. I really like those orchestra hits, those big horn hits. That acid comes bubbling up though, man. It's got so many good things happening in this track, so many things working together. With that slow, kind of pulls everything up. The acid rises up. The hi-hats are on in between the beats. Both. And it's bass line. Woo! Right here. Really got some good low end to it. Really pulling at you. And then the track winds itself around. Really guides you to that breakdown. Can't miss that shit, man. That's a dancer's best friend right there. We got two major sections. That's the first one. The acid winds up as you can hear it. They kill the one beat out, and the acid comes flying over that. Not a lot of acid D&B tunes. A shame. Really great work. I mean, Gridlok has made a lot of music. He was one of our best US D&B producers. Still honorable D&B for US, but he's overseas now, obviously. Work in this tune, really A+. I used to play this with Noisia a lot when I first found Noisia. Again, this is more than 10 years ago, but still. It winds back in pretty properly, dude. This is a really good dance floor tune from an era where I wasn't looking for that kind of style. I liked techie percussion, but this really kind of turned me around on the idea that you could have something that was boom bap, simplicity, and structure, but not have that be boring. Hell of a tune. And I don't mind begging on this one. If you have that tune on digital, please let me know. Because I do not, and I can't find it on Beatport or anything like that. I haven't looked too hard, so maybe I gotta look a little bit harder. It always bugs me out when something is on Spotify and not on anything else. It's like, well, it exists digitally somewhere. Why ain't you selling it? Whatever. I'm sure there's a reason for it. I just know what it is. Therefore, I don't like it. But this album, Dungeon Master's Guide, I mean, it was a lot of kids that I've met over the more recent years, over the past like 5, 6 years, point to that as like what got them into drum and bass, or what really showed them how powerful it could be, and that's great. I definitely hold this album in high regard. It's one of Dieselboy's best offerings. If you go to like his studio mixes, it's more recent stuff that it's like the SoundCloud exclusive stuff, the stuff that isn't on physical media, like Destroyer and shit like that. They're works of art. Don't get me wrong, but they kind of lose. Well, I'm not gonna go into negative shit. The point is, I have a soft spot for all Dieselboy's CDs. You know what I mean? All of them, from drum and bass selections, 97 Octane, Soldier Story, Sixth Session, System Upgrade, Dungeon Master's Guide, Substance D. I feel like I'm missing one. But all of them really did something wonderful for our music. They were out there and they were pushing it. Project Human, that's the one I'm missing. They were all showing what was absolute peak drum and bass at the time, and the more recent ones, the ones that came in later years, pushed it hard. And this album was kind of the culmination of a lot of that from when he started with Project Human. You know, I mean, the fact this is a Josh Wink song, and it's remixed by Gridlok, that wasn't a thing that I personally saw a lot. I don't think anybody in the scene was really doing a lot, having drum and bass guys remix trance and house guys. You know, it just wasn't really a thing, taking these iconic tunes from one end of the spectrum and reworking them so they work in a completely different format and a different side of the dance spectrum. It's really cool, and this is one of the best examples, I think. There's a couple more, we'll get into them, but weird thing about this album when it comes to the vinyl release is when I got this guy, I bought this. I think I really didn't do my homework on it, to be fair. I think I didn't read through the notes online. I just saw it, put it in a digital cart, and said, give it to me. And because, you know, I wanted every track off of the mix that he had put out, Dungeon Master's Guide. And that's not what this is. Some of these tracks, like this tune, are on that mix. But a lot of them aren't on there. Like there's 6 tunes on here, and I think maybe 4 of them are on that mix. And a lot of the tunes from that mix didn't come out through this particular label, through his Human label. Which makes sense, obviously. Some of it was Renegade hardware, like Infection and shit like that. But I've always wanted to kind of get all those tunes. It's something that I've done with a lot of my favorite mixes, is I try to track down every tune from it. And this is obviously one that I successfully did. The Shit Knocks. This is a powerful tune, even all these years later. I didn't do a lot of research on this before I looked it up, but this came out in 2004. So for a 16-year-old tune, this fucking thing pushes. It pushes hard. I think the actual Wink tune came out in 2001. So not too much of a stretch there. But yeah, I mean, still 16 years ago when this started knocking around people's cars, and I could still play this today with contemporary D&B, and it wouldn't be lost. It wouldn't need to have any kind of on-the-spot EQing to really match up with the production styles. It would be right at home with the shit that's coming out now from people like Teddy Killers or Spy or something like that. Who knows? I'll probably rip it one of these days, but if you got digital, throw it my way, and I'll trade you some smiles and hugs, or high fives, or whatever the fuck you want. So that's gonna do it for today. Come at you tomorrow, maybe with something that's not drum and bass. Been doing a lot of D&B in a row. We'll see what happens. But I highly suggest that you go back and listen to Dungeon Master's Guide again, because that is a pristine work of drum and bass. And it's also timestamped very well with, like, you know, Donnie Darko samples and shit. So it's a little throwback, you know, if you're around my age or a few years younger. It's nice to walk down that memory lane. So I hope you're all doing well in this. I hope you enjoyed the record of the day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Peace.